Officials are desperately trying to sort out who Umar Abdul Muttalib is and who he might be working with, and of course, if there might be more plots. Nigerian journalist Kemi Omololu-Olunloyo joins us. Kemi, tell me what you can about this man.
Well, from what we've seen so far, he comes from a really prominent family, and when I saw the stories, I basically, knew the father. The father is the chairman of Nigeria's oldest bank, First Bank, and he apparently just stepped down to manage another bank, and he's a well-respected person in Nigeria. He's very rich, very exclusive man, very respectable, and when I heard that he himself turned his son in by going to report the child to the embassy, which is very unusual for any parent, let alone a top Muslim, parent, to go report your child to an embassy that he's affiliated with extremism. It was shocking. And he went to good schools. He went to a British school in Togo, which is a little country near Nigeria. He also went to college in UCL, University College in London, and he got a mechanical engineering degree. He's very educated. He's a very educated young man and very smart. And, I spoke to a family member today on condition of anonymity that he actually, when he graduated from London, he went to Dubai, and he actually relocated to Egypt before he went to Dubai. And I asked what he went to do in Dubai. He said to further his studies. And I said to the family member, how do you further studies with mechanical engineering? I guess, So she now tells me that something about he wanted to study Islamic studies and, the religion and learn Arabic and stuff like that. So at that point, I've now said, so what happened next? He went to Yemen, and no one heard from him again in 2 months. And so what did he go to do in Yemen? I did speak to some Yemeni authorities today who told me that he... we're not allowed to speak to the media, but we're trying to verify where the explosives came from. If it indeed, in fact, it came from here in Yemen, we want to know who he has connections with in Yemen, but they wouldn't really talk about if he actually came to Yemen. So this is what we heard until now, and I heard there was a bombing attempt yesterday, and it was in Nigerian. I've heard the word Nigerian about 2 million times today, and it's really a disgrace for the country. We're going through a lot in Nigeria. I am in Canada, and the thing about it is our country, many Nigerians have left the country. They've fled literally because of so many problems. Persecution, we're known for internet fraud, we're known for drug trafficking, bad leadership, corruption. And our president is very, very ill right now, very sick, that the vice president may have to take over next week. And, the country's about to turn 50 next year from the independence from Queen Elizabeth. And now this. What can you say?
Kemi, we only have about 30 seconds left, but why did the father turn him over to the U.S. Embassy or call and give his name? It must have been something was going on. His father didn't just randomly do it.
From reports from family members, they said he was very concerned about his son's extremism and how he was affiliated with some very extreme radical characters he met in London. And that's what this family member told me, people he met in London. And, with the bombing in London on the subway 2 years or 3 years ago, was it? I'm not surprised. There's a lot of extremism going in London and terror cells, and they need to watch out for this. I spoke about this in Time magazine in 1998, even before 9/11. There are very many terror cells in Africa and London, and they just have to check on it after the Kenya bombing.
Kemi, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Greta. Thanks for having me.
Investigators want to know if this man was working alone. Let's go live now to Greg Palcott, who's in London with the very latest on this breaking headline. Greg, what can you tell me about this man? And I know that at least at some point he was in London.
Hey, Greta. Yeah, it's interesting listening to your Nigerian reporter speaking just now. Some of the information that we're getting from police and reports mesh with the picture that she's presenting as well. We're speaking to the police here, the Metropolitan Police, and they were confirming to me that they're searching various locations in central London, especially the last place it is believed that Umar Farouk Abdul Muttalib was known to live. It's reportedly a lavish 3-bedroom, $6 million plus apartment. He shared that with other members of his wealthy Nigerian family. We also spoke with officials at University College London, UCL. They confirmed to me that a man with a similar name attended that school, and he graduated with an engineering degree in June of 2008. Meanwhile, while this happens, we're seeing security tightening very quickly at Heathrow Airport, the major international airport here in London. Upon the request of U.S. authorities, British Airways and other carriers are now allowing only one carry-on bag per passenger. There's also additional checks. We're hearing the same kinds of things from Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. That's the airport where Abdul Muttalib reportedly transited through. But the question again, Greta, is how did this Nigerian student turn into an alleged terrorist? Now, the speculation tonight here in London is that he could have been recruited here in London by some of the more radical imams that make their home here in London, and then he could have been radicalized during that stay in Yemen that many people are talking about. And the other question is, did the UK officials know about this fellow? According to reports, he was basically on the radar of the MI5, that's the counterterrorism officials here, as well as the Metropolitan Police, even to the point of not being allowed to gain another educational visa to come here. But the thinking was that he wasn't enough of a threat to act against him. Now there's a lot of new thinking, Greta.
Indeed, there is lots of thinking. Greg, thank you. Well, with that terrifying noise in that aircraft, that cabin, the sight of the smoke, and of